Hi and welcome for a new video on this civil engineering channel. The name of this channel is No Civil Engineering. So now picture this. There is a laterite quarry drowning in monsoon floods, while there is a village nearby which begs water in summer. How can one rock be so wet yet so dry? It's laterites while hydrology at play, and today we are cracking its secrets with drillers and ancient well building tricks that still work after 2000 years. Stick around to learn how laterite aquifers can save or sink your construction projects. Let's dive in and don't forget to smash that like button. So, how actually this laterite traps water? Laterites are water storing beast, but it's tricky. Here are four ways it holds water. One is a weathered zone porosity. This happens between the depth of 5 to 15 meters. So the top 5 to 15 meters of laterite are like a sponge with 5 to 15% porosity from root channels and cracks, letting water flow freely. But dig past 15 meters and you will hit a hard pan layer. Think of this like a solid rock that locks water out. That's why shallow wells work best here. The second way it holds water is pisolithic layers. These are called as gravelly zones. These gravelly iron coated balls are like nature's water beads, trapping moisture in gaps. So this is gravelly, and there are holes in it. Basically there are gaps in this, and these gaps trap moisture. In places like Nigeria, drillers target these layers for yields of 0.5 to 5 cubic meters per day, enough for small communities, but this is not suitable for big farms. The third way it traps water is dissolved iron or aluminium pockets. Rainwater's acidity carves micro cavities in laterite like tiny water pockets. In Goa, India, natural springs often flow from these leached zones, but they are small scale, not your main water source. The fourth way is perched aquifers, and this happens over basalt or saprolite. So what exactly is what exactly are perched aquifers? So when laterite sits on an impermeable basalt or saprolite, it forms perched aquifers like a temporary water pools. We have gone through this in our previous videos, where we have said that so the laterite is actually weared down basalt. So what happens is that the stones or the rock that has weared, it becomes laterite, and the stone that has remained now is basalt. So there is basically a layer over the weathered rock and the non-weathered basalt rock, and this actually forms a pool, and these are temporary water pools, and these can be gold mines for wells. But if base is kaolin clay, water gets trapped like a sealed bucket, limiting flow. Now, let us see some examples of this laterite aquifers around the world. So, the Kerala Suranga tunnels are one such aquifers. In Kerala, India farmers have used these Suranga tunnels for over 300 years. These gravity-fed channels follow laterites fracture zones, yielding 0.5 to 2 cubic meters of water daily, enough to sustain a village without pumps. It's low-tech genius. And then there is Nigeria's lizard tail wells. In Nigeria, locals chase termite mounds to find water. Why? Well, because termites dig towards fracture intersections, hitting water with 70 to 80% accuracy. These lizard tail wells spiral around mounds, trapping laterites hidden flow. Pure nature is mating engineering here. Now let us take CGWB inside. So what exactly is CGWB, you may ask? It is India's Central Groundwater Board. So what India's Central Groundwater Board says is that laterite aquifers yield 1 to 5 liters per second. Great for homes, but not for irrigation. But I have seen irrigation happening in these areas. So now compare this to sandstone, which can hit 5 to 20 liters per second in good conditions. Laterites reliable but limited, so you have to plan your projects accordingly. And now there is one more thing, that is Brazil's laterite challenges. That's what I call it. In Brazil, laterites aquifer feed small streams but dry up fast in summer due to low recharge rates. Engineers there pair wells with storage tanks to bridge the gap, a trick worth stealing for any laterite region. So if you have laterite in your region, then this should be studied, and if this is studied, then we can also do or follow this method to increase the soil water storage. Now there are these engineering solutions. So if you want to tap laterite aquifers, here's how to do it right. There is the Goldilocks drilling rule. If you drill too shallow, say under 5 meters, and your well dries up seasonally. Too deep, if you go past 15 meters, you will hit hard pan with no water. So the sweet spot here is 8 to 10 meters, where fractures and piezoelectric layers maximize the yield. We have discussed this. So now then you have to do geophysical surveys. Before you drill, you have to do geophysical surveys. This is electrical resistivity surveys. It maps fractures, and you have to do this before you drill. Now this boosts the success rates by about a lot of numbers. In India, these scans have cut dry well failures by up to 70%. This not only saves time but also money. Drone based surveys are also gaining traction for larger sites. There is also another way to follow, another method to follow, and that is porous well liners. So here you have to do what you have to do is that the solid concrete liners, they actually choke water flow in laterite wells. So perforated liners with 15 to 20% voids to let water in. Now here are some sustainability tips. Laterite aquifers recharge slowly, so avoid over extraction. Pair wells with rainwater harvesting or storage tanks to stretch supply, especially in dry season. It is actually a game changer for a long-term water security. People take this lightly, but this should be done, and every engineer must encourage people avoid it based on some sort of illiteracy or some sort of carelessness. So this should not be done. An engineer should always emphasize on this. This will save the house owners from the water scarcity during drought times. Now, there is this global picture that I want to talk about. See, laterite aquifers aren't the answer to global droughts, but for 43 million people in tropical regions, they are a lifeline. They deliver water where it's needed most. So, this is all I had with me to talk about this laterite aquifers. I will definitely meet you in another video with another topic. Until then, have a good time.